Hey everybody, welcome back to Manly Kitchen. I'm your host Lane, and today we're going to do chicken a la Greek. Now, the first version that I learned was about 20 years from a professional cook friend of mine, and over the years I've kind of adapted it and changed it a little bit to fit my own taste. And then of course when I started cooking for my sweetie, I made a few more refinements so that it was more to her liking. So anyway, chicken a la Greek. Let's roll up our sleeves, head into the kitchen and have some fun. Got my olive oil in the pan already. I'm going to throw about one handful and a little of chopped onion at it. We're just going to let that go for a second here, and almost immediately we're going to drop in our chicken. Now, by the way, notice that I've sliced these fairly small. They could be even smaller. They could be bigger. The one thing you want to remember is to try and get them at least close to each other. And also, the smaller the cut, the smaller the cube, the faster the cooking. Alright, we're going to let these brown up for a second and we'll be back. Now these still have a little bit of time till they're cooked through, but I want to get one more thing in there before it gets too far along. And that's a few cherry tomatoes. And the reason we want those in here now is because they came out of the fridge and they do need to actually spend some time on the heat so that they'll be nice and cooked through and give you what you want. Alrighty, now that the meat is browned up well and the tomatoes are heated through, the rest of this is going to go really quick. First off, we got some pepperoncinis. Then at one of the more upscale supermarkets, I picked up from their olive bar some baby bell peppers, the red bell peppers, an olive blend that has black and red olives, and some roasted garlic. All of those together in the pot, and they have a single price for them. Okay, and we're going to let those heat through. And a little bit of salt and pepper, not much, about a pinch and a half of salt, some nice sized pepper, and then about a tablespoon of oregano. And folks, that's all the spices in there, because we got the roasted garlic going in what I brought home from the olive bar. Okay, very last thing is some lemon juice. I'm going to put that in there. I'm going to give it just another minute while I'm getting the green beans ready, and then we'll plate up. Okay. Boy, look at this. Make sure you get a little of all your accompaniments on the plate. Pepper, I think. Now you see all that excess juice? You don't really want that running into the rice or into the beans. The easy way to deal with that is just mop it up and move on. Don't worry about it. And I found that even with a slotted spoon you're going to get some. Okay. Next, some of the cheater rice pilaf. You should see a link below this video if you're on the website. There's a link to the video on this. And then some cut green beans. And all I did to these was a little bit of lemon juice and no other spices, because again, that chicken a la Greek is so flavorful and spicy on its own. And there you go, folks. That's one happy plate, don't you think? Now, if you don't mind, I'm going to go serve this to my sweetie. I'll be back in a little bit to close up. There you go. A simple recipe that looks fancy, it tastes great, gives you a little bit of flair in your kitchen. And, you know, people aren't going to realize how easy this one is when you put it in front of them. If you saw the cheater rice video, that went with it. I did some green beans only with just a little bit of lemon juice. So very easy to put that plate together and make a fantastic meal. I want to encourage you to make it your own by adjusting the things that you put in them. Not just the amount of spices, but also if you don't like olives, don't use them. If you prefer not to have the pepperoncini, don't use them. It's not a problem. Make it your own, just the way I did. This is not the way I learned it. It's the way I've adjusted the recipe for myself. Okay? So, again, I'm Lane. This is Manly Kitchen. Thanks for being with me. And don't forget, play with your food.